I'll be a proponent of not being a wandering generality, but be a meaningful specific. Do not be a wandering generality. Rather, strive to be a meaningful specific. All right? If you want to, lay hold on the complexity of workmanship, then you have to look for similitude in what you represent. For instance, I am a lawyer. I'm into consulting. I do real estate. It's understandable because they relate. Yes. Any day I decide to brand myself as a car dealer, I know that people should know that I'm a confused man. Okay? So there's so much room for me to multitask. There's so much room for me to do more than one thing at a time. As a matter of fact, what people say that jack of all trade is a master of none is not a true statement. The true statement is that the jack of all trade is a master of none, but often better than the master of one. Let me say it again. The author of that statement, Shakespeare. The full statement is that the jack of all trade is a master of none, but is often better than the master of one. So people remove that often better than master of one and brandish it like if you are doing multitasking, that no. Any man who is multitasking have more possibilities of being successful than a man who is doing one thing. And of course, if you multitask, that's how you can be able to have multiple streams of income. And every successful man needs to have minimum of 4 streams of income. We do it from biblical exegesis. In the book of Genesis, of course, there were 4 rivers flowing from Eden: Tigris, Euphrates, and all of that, Havilah, and the rest of that. Okay, so there have to be 4 streams, 4 channels minimum before you can have financial freedom. All right. So rather than be a wandering generality, be a meaningful specific. You can be in real estate, you can be, doing property management, you can be doing agency, but please don't be doing makeup. Don't be a makeup artist and you're selling perfume and you're into real estate. That is confusion, promise. All right. So you have to learn how to pitch your niche, carve your niche in such a way that, reasonable and proper thinking people of the society will look at you and want to do something with you. All right. So because there are people who are just watching. And please let me say this. What you need and who you need to become what you need to become in life, they're already around you. They will not come tomorrow. They're already there. But you need to develop the skill to get the money out of the mouth of the fish so I can profit you. All right. Everything will rise and fall on the platform of skill. What you call the grace of God is at its best after you have done your best and your best is not good enough. But there's a room for you to do your best. So please, what we are advocating for is for people to become skillful in whatever they do. There is a level of excellence and success you never experience in life until you become skillful at what you do. Yeah, there are so many people who do real estate, but there are people who are skillful in it. Do you know that there is business inside business? Yes. There are people who are in the market doing business, while other people are doing business inside the business. In law, there is business in law. That's what we call spirit of enterprise. The spirit of enterprise is the ability to reproduce business out of your business. Do you know even as a civil servant, you can do business in civil service? Those are the people who are excelling. Excellence is excess success. And those who tap into that genuine thing is those who know how to add skill to whatever they are doing. You take it to the next level. All right? So there are people who are doing a lot of things. Some are taking courses, doing a lot of stuff. When I started up, I had 25 certificates. All right? I ventured in the first master's, doing the second master's. My wife would just see a bulk of my documents. What are you doing with all of this? All right? I even had to go and get a diploma in fire management because I almost had my house burnt down as a corps member. I went and took a diploma in how to manage fire. If there's a fire incident in this place, I know what to do. I know if it is gas, if it is electric malfunctioning, there are different ways to extinguish it. You don't extinguish the one caused by this, What is knowledge that becomes an edge? Okay? The difference between A and B is what they know. All right? So when we are busy taking courses, taking knowledge, is because we know we want to have an edge over others. We know we want to be better. We want to sell more, we want to be the topic. And until you get to the top, you never become a topic. And please let me say this for free. Nobody will ever make it to the top except they are being brought to the top by someone who is already at the top.
Yes.
You cannot, there's no road to the top. There are only people who carve the path to get there, and it's only those people that welcome you there. So that brings us to the point that everything rises and falls between relationship. And that's why I've told you now that anybody who wants to achieve stardom in life, God has given that person equal opportunity to get there by the people already within their network. Yes, but the problem is that you are looking for something bigger. You don't lose success when you are too after the spectacular. Most people lose success because of that. All right? You are looking for something tangible, something conspicuous, something bogus. You lose out on the spectacular because sometimes opportunity dress in rags. They don't look like it. But meanwhile, you are looking for something that is so described in the sense properly so called. You miss out on something that may be unannounced, something that may be simple and unannounced. I have a guy who I'm mentoring. Each time I come and I send him something, I tell him this is this. He believes that thing I told him is not enough to quantify what he needs. He wants me to do a voice note, make a charismatic exposition of what he needs to address his needs. I told him, Oga, this thing you're looking for, what I just wrote to you, answer that question. He feels no, it's not enough. Some people are looking for drama. Some people are looking for action, all right, to validate their sense of being and perception. No, you don't have to feel like a man to know that you're a man. Our success story is not validated by our feelings. You wake up, you know you're a man. It is a function of knowledge. So success is knowledge-based. It's not feeling. It's not emotional. And please, success is not emotional. There are certain level of success you will never attain if you're an emotional man. To be an excellent person in life, you don't need to be a little lily liver chicken-hearted person. As a matter of fact, in company formation, there's something we call corporate shark. This was the same principle that Mark Zuckerberg used to acquire Instagram. Because the owners didn't want to sell. He imbibed the principle of corporate shark. Okay, we don't want to talk about that. It's in the closed door mentorship that we'll talk of that. Because there's a level you get to guy, you go step on toes. We're not talking about that. But it's a business principle. There's a certain level of success you can't attain until you do that. Yes, you need the big fishes have to eat the small fishes. And that's what happens even in the ocean. Yes, I'll use the ocean principle to illustrate to you that the fishes, the sharks, them survive. Whales eat sharks. Shark eats the smaller fishes. And if they don't do it, that's what makes them the whale. Whale eats shark. That's why it's the whale. And the rivers that whale ate, their sharks run away from that place. That's what we call it the corporate shark. All right. So Mark Zuckerberg shook them off, bought off their major share. They were now looking for money. They were now begging to sell. Mark Zuckerberg now came and acquired it. All right. Remove their protection, remove their shield, make them helpless, make them hopeless, and they'll have no option than to run to you. It's part of the advanced principle. You need to keep learning to get to this level. Knowledge is an edge. Education is what you need. So dealing with people is a purchasable commodity that every human being should strive to purchase. Dealing, the ability to deal with people is a purchasable commodity. Strive to get it. My biggest source of income is relationship with others, not my real estate, not my legal profession. I earn more in my relationship with people. I stay with a lot. Money coming to my phone. People want to bless you for being a blessing. Relationship with people. So let me ask you, what value? See, don't be so broke that all you have is money. Don't be so broke that all you have is money. Because some of you think money is your problem. When I see people who say, no, I just know if I have the money, I'll just smile and keep quiet. They have not seen. No, by experience. Even the scripture says, follow men who through faith and patience. Okay, it's not money. The last time I consulted for Crystal Garden Estate, I told them that money is not the catalyst for success. The beautiful thing about life is that you can own the whole world without a dime. Any man who thinks money is his problem is a poor man. He does not have vision. We started a real estate company which is worth over 100 million, and we didn't start with a dime. It's wisdom. There's something prayer does, and there's something that the second order course does. It's one thing to come to God, ask him to give you money, miracle money. But the second order course is to go for wisdom. When you lay hold of wisdom, you compel wealth to come. That's what is there. Go for wisdom. Is the principal thing. Wisdom is the principal. When you lay hold of wisdom, money will make account for you. Money will make account for you. So please, lay hold on your emotional bank account. Is it when I tell you that the people who are going to help you are already within your network? Some people is pride. Some people, they look at those who are going to God abroad within their network. They think he's my friend. Yes. When you look at a man who is within your network that can transform your life and you call him a friend, you have removed yourself from prosperity. Even though he is within your network, but he's not your friend, there's something he can make you. Okay? One of the biggest things that also ward people off is the feeling that they know it, because false knowledge is bigger than ignorance. Is worse than ignorance. False knowledge is worse than ignorance. Okay? So how do we know? Because life is practical. How do we know that you don't know it? It's because you don't have it. You can't tell me you know it. It's because you... No. There's no other excuse. Because the true end product of education is action. That's why I don't advocate for knowledge. I advocate for education. A man can be knowledgeable and broke, but any man who is educated must be top-notch. Go for education. Because the end product, education compels a man to be action-oriented. Education is not taught in school. Knowledge is given in school, not education. That's why I said that the complete package of education is not complete without traveling. Expose yourself, because knowledge creates an artificial environment and it is indoctrinated by the act of traveling. When you meet people, I've interacted with the Hausas, the Yorubas, the Shekiris, the Efik, different people. I told you out of the 36 states, I've been to 25. You mingle with people, know how they interact. I'm telling you the truth. If you doubt what I'm saying, just go and get 100,000. Maybe borrow from somebody, put it in your pocket. Don't spend it. Walk around for 1 week with the money in your pocket. Your life will change. Your comportment will change. The way you speak will change. Your panache, the friends you make. In fact, you have more courage. If you're a guy, you want to go and chike a babe, put 500,000 in your pocket, start it. Maybe put it in your dollar. If you don't have courage, the courage will come. Because money answers all things. There's a spirit he carries. It gives men courage. You see people, they don't have courage because they are broke. When you give a man money, courage will enter. All those timidity, you see me, we're going to talk about personality type. I'm a phlegmatic. A lot of things I do, I rehearse it. Before I come here, I will be in front of mirror in my house. What do I do? Few minutes before I come, I'll ask myself, what am I coming to say? It's still in me, natural. But there's something that is giving us courage. You know, sometimes when you check what is in the bank account, in your wallet, investment, even if you don't have 1 naira currently, you just smile, you just walk around and you feel good. See, no matter what you do, go and make money. That's the summary. And the truth, I don't care what about, I'm not a religious person in my reasoning. Okay? I don't judge people how they go about their process. But okay, give me that product, because life is wired to celebrate result too. I'm not saying you should go and do something that is not legal, all right? But some people are after. I was purchasing groceries in the shop. Some woman came in and was saying, these guys that are so desperate, they want money. I told her that desperation is an article of success. You can never be truly successful until you are desperate. So people have coined the word desperation. I see people who go to do voodoo or charm are people who are desperate. I say, no, you can desperately do good. And until you are desperate to make money, you can't find money. Until that element of desperation is in play, money will begin to find you. You can't find it. Because there's something we call intellectual consciousness. Until you get initiated into a particular civilization and environment, you can never attract such things. Right? So, the people are talking about malt, and you have never tasted it. No, you may not like it. But there are some things you have abhorred in the past, but when you tasted it, you say, so this thing is this nice. From there, you start ordering it. Sometimes you start, you become familiar. That's intellectual consciousness. It's psychological consciousness. When you get inoculated into a particular civilization and environment, you begin to familiarize yourself. You fell for attraction emotionally, whatever happens. There are some people you have not liked, but when you got close to them, interacted with them, say, I didn't know you are like this because of the things you've heard about them. Your problem is assumption. Assumption is the lowest form of knowledge. Leave what you think you have heard. Go close. Build network with people. All right? When you have that civilization imbibed within your system. There are new things you are. I used to admire Mesdis 211. I just thought that it was about 2 people that owned it in the entire Abakaliki. So about 2 or 3 years ago, I got it for my wife for her 14th birthday Valentine gift. So when the car arrived at our house, I started seeing it everywhere. It was like in my street alone, like 20 people had it. So what's the problem? But there's only 2 I thought I have seen in my being in this environment. What happened? It has not entered my environment of consciousness. That's why I couldn't see them. But they could pass beside me, but I couldn't see them. The same thing happens with opportunity. When you mingle with men of high class and caliber, you begin to see superior opportunities that you have seen yesterday and you passed it by. Why? Because there is an eye that can detect success. And until you are inoculated into an environment, a civilization of success, you can't detect success. It will take success to detect success. That's why you should strive, by all means, connect to greatness. So when we advertise teachings like this, you are begging people to come and register. I just laugh. Some of us lobby. I saw a guy that posted something. I said, drop your account number. This new year, there was a lady that greeted me. Hey, happy new year. I said, drop your account number. I've not responded. I said, drop your account number. She's talking. I have seen what she was posting on Facebook. Immediately she connected with me. Something moved. I said, drop your account number. Sometimes you are in the spirit of giving like mad. Or then you have to learn to give your way. Because the scripture said it, that the gift of a man maketh way for him. The word gift is translated to bribe. See, it is your bribe that will create room. Leave that religious indoctrination. Your problem is that they have taught you that things are bad. Who told you that it is bad? Nothing is good or bad. It is thinking that makes it so. The woman I was talking about, desperation. She said, I told her something. Before Adam, in the story they have told you in the scriptures, all right? Before these guys, they were. The tree of knowledge and evil were there. But those guys didn't know it. They only had innocence. But when they ate of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, they knew about it. That kind of knowledge is called experiential knowledge. They walked, all of a sudden, they are working into another strange level of consciousness. I mean, this thing has been here. They knew good and bad, but they didn't know it. So one of the greatest defeat man has is thinking in both sides, good and evil. No, I told the woman in the grocery store that I only know good. If I am desperate, it is desperate for good. Anything that I do is for good. So in my world, we don't talk about bad. We don't talk about evil. So if I like, let me jump up and touch this ring, it's only for good. So if I'm doing a conversation, somebody will not be saying, but what if? No, I know we are not in the same cadre. My strive is to get to the top in a good way. So bad or whatever is not even in the picture. Because I have customized my thinking. I have customized my being. And guess what? Everything, it is your bribe that will make way for you. Remember, I said that nobody ever makes it to the top except you are brought to the top by someone who is already there. So how will you connect to someone who is at the top without giving? You see, do you know what the enemy, the greatest battle the enemy is fighting you is to stop you from having? Because he knows that the ticket to the top is gift. That's why I say, by all means, make sure you have what to give. When you want to pass through the door, you say, lift up your heads, O ye gate. And they say they are not lifting. What are you tendering? You must tender your ticket before the door can open. Your ticket is mullah. That's why God compared himself. He said, you cannot serve God and mammon at the same time. Don't you understand it? Money has a spirit, money has a soul, and money has a body. The spirit of money is called mammon. All right? The soul of money is the worth of what money can buy. Why the body of money is the paper you are holding. So when you talk about money, your mind is telling you about the paper. It's not even the real money. The real money is the spirit of money and the soul of money. As a matter of fact, the real money is the soul of money, which is the worth of what money can buy. The spirit of money, which is mammon, is what regulates it in the market. You hear about capital market, you hear today, dollar is this. You don't know it's a spirit regulating it. Have you ever heard a living man whose head is in the currency? Now, dead men, they date for currency paper. And you know, then men don't die. Until you understand the transaction of spirits, transaction with mammon, you can't control that thing. We're telling you to pull off from this place. Some religious people are trying to, love of money is the root of. I told somebody, I love money. I am not doing saying it apologetically. I love money. That's why from 1st January till now, I've given up to 1.5 million. I didn't say I made. I said I've given out. So if I gave out, it means I've made more. I told her I'm into lawyer, consulting, real estate. That's not all I do. I can't tell you. There are a lot of things you may not project publicly. There are so many things we do. And on consultancy base, don't allow anybody to deceive you. Go and make money. This is my heart desire. Why will a young person first be thinking the love of money is the root of all? That's what a young person is thinking. That's poverty knocking on your door. Our parents, that's the thing they used to grow them. That's why they ended the level where they are. I wish I can open our head and put this thing inside. You need to break away. Go and study family genealogy. There are people who break family poverty. Check where your father stopped. Before somebody from him can do more than him, you have to put double effort. Check who are the people ahead of you. How much have they done? How many of your siblings own a house? You know, if none of your siblings own a house as of now, it means it's your children that will own house. No any generation come, they conquer the one they can conquer. But I'm asking you, what do you want to bequeath to your children? Me, my child will be talking about 500 million. It's not possible. CEO cannot be 18 and he has a challenge with 500 million. What am I doing? I failed as a father. Fatherhood is to be able to create a pathway for your children to come. Fatherhood is mentorship. The guy is coming up, I'm giving him money, $1,000, count this money, CEO. He's 2 years old. He knows what 1,000 is. He can't see my $100 and steal it tomorrow because he's counting more than that. I have enlarged his consciousness. Every money we get, we give it to him. The guy counting 2 years old. He cannot see money just abandoned in my house and thief it. I don't teach him lack. Because what? Wealth and poverty, they are both land. Nobody comes to the world with them. You give back to a child, you say, I want ice cream. You say, your mom, your daddy doesn't have the money. You are programming the baby to be a failure. You are programming the baby for poverty. So what I do for the boy, I say, if they are the biggest schools in this town, somebody was making instance with school in this town. I say, that's the school, my boy. Hey, he say, your boy is that school? I say, yes. So he gave me a class. He gave my boy a class too. And let me tell you, I was discussing with somebody, said, I wish I can marry the daughter of Osibanjo. I said, where will you see the person? Recently, Ned Nwoko asked Regina, if I was a mechanic, will you marry me? Yeah. Regina asked, where will you meet? There is no meeting place between the rich and the poor. That's the truth. You can't marry. Go and Google, where did you see the daughter of Otedola marrying anybody? Or anybody? It doesn't happen. Out of 900%, it's only 1% that happen by accident. And we don't live by accident. We don't. Where will you see them? There's no meeting place between the poor and the rich. So the only meeting place is where you come within their environment of civilization. So my son, we go to where their children. It's easy. They become classmates. It's not simple. From being classmates, they become colleagues. They go to the same school. They even serve in the same area. Don't you even know that children of big men and senators, they do service? Have you wondered why you have not seen them in youth service? They are not within your network range. This is just a simple truth. So in all you do, strive to be at the top. Strive to connect with people up. It will have to cost you. You have to give because it's expensive. The greatest thing that the enemy is doing is to make you not to have a leverage. That leverage is what to give. The day of reckoning, when you see a man from the ivory tower, you need to give and you don't have anything. God forbid. You don't have anything to give. The first time I was privileged to meet President Jonathan before he left office, what did I do? A guy was contesting for House of Assembly. I used my last card, printed his stickers and everything for election. I sent to his office, left my phone number and all that. He saw it. I didn't know he got my contact, saved it in his phone. He called me, we spoke and all of that. 3 months later, we met in a conference in Enugu. I went to greet him. He said, are you the Harrison? He said, give me your contact. When he died, my number appeared in his phone. He said, I have your number saved. We finished. 6 months later, he called me. Are you in the East? I said, yes, I'm in Aboyne. He said, will you be free to travel with me to Abuja? I said, fine. He said, can you recommend 2 people? I brought 2 people. We were 8 of us. We went to Abuja. We were going until we got to Zone 6. I asked him, sir, is it not Aso Villa that we're going? He said, yes, we're going to see President Jonathan. 2015, January. We went there, I was privileged. Senator Bala Mohammed, who is the current governor of Bauchi State, big shots, and who is who in the presidential villa. We sat together and we dined. And 27 of us were appointed transformational ambassadors of Nigeria. Then there's this thing that he flagged off. He wanted to use it as a covert for his election. So, but later he failed and all of that, though they gave us good money when we left there. But I had it in my pedigree that I was able to meet the guy, the president of this nation, in Aso Villa. Right? What did I do? I had something to give. Oga, no fish will enter your net without a bait. Your problem is that you are trying to negotiate with the fishes because the money you're looking for is in the mouth of the fish. You are trying to negotiate with the fish to enter your net without a bait. The fish only hears one language, bait. So the greatest punishment and this privilege you have in this life is not to have bait to give. Just put the bait, the fish will come. You are struggling unnecessarily. You are worrying. All the sleepless night is a waste of time. Go and get a bait. Because knowing what you are looking for reduces your stress. Knowledge reduces your prayer point. Just go and get, no, you wake up every morning, you know what you are looking for is bait. You know, go to a muddy area, you know to go and get a millipede and all stuff like that. You know what you're looking for. But some people don't even know what they're looking for. That's how you become a wandering generality. Today you try this, tomorrow you try the other one. It seems as if it's not working. And then you apparently get frustrated. The next thing you start blaming God as if he's no longer the rewarder of them that diligently seek him. But the truth is that God is a just God. And he gives us equal opportunity to become what we have to become. Some of you pray God will give you a man. And you abuse that man on the first day of meeting. You have lost the opportunity. Meanwhile, you continue with prayer and fasting. Let me reiterate it the third time. Anybody that is going to help you become what you need to become in your life is already in your network. Anybody who have approached the age of 20, apart from 20 years, you have met 30% of people who you are going to meet in your life at the age of 20. So, and I know that nobody here is less than 20. That's why I can boldly tell you that no, the people you are looking for that will make you who you will be is from me. It may not be me direct, but there's someone I know that I can connect you to. And I'm one of those few people who can connect you and give you every material I have. I can open up. I don't have reserve. I don't know how to, don't teach everything. Don't tell them everything. So that, no. I am the way I am. I want you to know it. I was discussing with someone. I was saying, I had a target. Okay, I think I was talking with Apollos. I said, I had a target. Let us be able to do maybe 3 to 5 million every month this year, 2025. Let's be able to have a turnover of 200 million at the end of the year. I was telling him that I am shocked. Today is 13th of January. And I can tell you that we have done more than 10 million in 13 days. So what will 20 million be for me for 1 month? So what is the issue? Then you will now see a guy. I went to talk to a man to expose him to my business. I said, do you know you can make 1 million? Come, I want to show you something. The man was shocked. He said, he knows I don't have a car. I have been seeing all my colleagues that they are riding cars. So he thought maybe I can't afford it. That's, I'm still trying to. But he knows I dress is good. He knows I look good. But he doesn't know I have up to. I told him, okay, when you have money and you don't do more than I'm doing now, you see what I see, then you understand what it means to invest. And please, let me say this. Maybe I should just leave it. You see people preaching saving. Don't listen to them. Saving is not a good strategy for business expansion. Am I saying something that is different? Saving is not. Go and invest. Stop saving. Any man who is preaching should go and save needs your money for his business. Go and invest. The only way you are permitted is to save, to invest. But normally to start keeping money, wherever you are keeping it is giving them money. Is expanding their business. That's why they need you to save. For a young person, don't save. Don't save. It's coming from me. It's a bad strategy for finance. As a matter of fact, someone told me, money will save you. Money will save those that save it. Okay? You are not safe until you save. That's the rhyme they are using. But the truth is that you are not safe when you save. Except you are saving for investment. It is only in this kind that people save to buy iPhone. People save to buy car, you save to buy wear, you save to do those things. So that's why they're telling you to save. And the truth is that those people that preach for you to save, that money you save, you can never do anything with it other than these things I've mentioned. To buy out iPhone, to upgrade your this. No. You're only permitted to save. You want to buy a property. You are permitted to save because you want to augment money to buy shares. All right? There are things you are permitted to. But under the normal circumstances, don't you know that the bank is holding Nigerian system to ransom? Nigerian banks. They collect all your money, you give them all your money, they are doing business with your money. With corporate leverage. As a matter of fact, for 3 to 5 years, I don't keep money in the bank. Yes, I don't keep money in the bank. All my money are invested. Except maybe I have family account, I have my son's account. In fact, my unborn daughter, I have account for her. I screenshotted the account there, this, and I showed my wife. This is how much that is your coming daughter's account. Right? Those ones, when it comes, you can pick from there and do whatever you want to. That's why you should give me rest. Because the height of what you need to propel you to do whatever you have to do is self-motivation. Jasper talked about getting a mentorship, but at a certain level, if you don't have a mentor, you attract a tormentor. So you have to come to a point where you self-motivate yourself, because motivation does not last. If somebody else motivates you, in a day there's nobody to motivate you, you will not do anything. Motivation is like bait. We have to bait every morning. That's how you have to wake up and motivate yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, no one can tell you to make yourself, except you tell yourself to look at yourself and make yourself. All right? Because the truth is that if you cannot be a pine upon the mountain, strive to be a shrub in the valley. If you cannot be the sun, try to be the moon, because it's not the location of a man that determines his relevance, but the content of that man. This is very, very important. And I want to leave you with striking words that will lift you to the top. This guy, Martin Luther King, said, if you cannot walk, if you cannot crawl, walk. If you cannot walk, run. In all you do, make sure you keep moving. And I even go further to say, even if you attempt to fail, that you have tried your best and your best is not good enough, please fail forward. Because in whatever you do, advancement and continuous movement is the propeller to greatness. All right? So if you fail today, get up, dust yourself, and keep on moving. Because no one will tell you to make yourself, except you tell yourself to look at yourself and make yourself. When we were growing up from little, we didn't have propeller, we didn't have motivation, we didn't have all these things. Class is flowing. We self-motivated ourselves, beat our chest, we're going to hit the goal. And we believed we could fly. And guess what? We didn't just flew, we soared. And to leave you with this last motivation, the eagle side view motivation. Every eagle that reaches the age of 40 years is weak and has the chances of either fading off away to die or renew their strength and still live like a younger eagle. So what happens? Every eagle at the age of 40 decides to go on a retreat. They fly to the top of the mountain. All right? And being at the mountain top, they have a choice. Pay the price to renew their youth in eagle. That's why the scripture says you renew your strength like the eagle. There is a period of strength renewal for every eagle that have attained age 40. All right? Some of them could reach 70 after that. They can add 30 extra years to their life if they persevere. So every eagle that wants to persevere, fly to the mountain, what they get to when they fly to the top of the mountain, they begin to hit their peak on top of, as in on the rock, hard on the rock, because the peak have grown weak. It cannot even pick animals and things the way it does before. You will keep hitting it on the rock until the peak of the eagle pulls off, blood gushing with so much pain. Then you begin to use the claw, hit it against the rock. You will hit it until all of them falls off. And it's not just that it falls off, it will stay there until those claws and peak begin to grow back. So every average eagle will spend up to 40 days at the mountaintop. No going to hunt, no going to, everything will be out there. You will stay there till those claws grow back. You begin to, before you even hit his peak off, you begin to use it to peel off all the feathers. Because the feathers are weak, you can't carry it again at the age 40. You pull off all the feathers with the whole blood flowing through the pore spaces of his skin and everything. So the eagle will be in severe pain for 40 days. So it's a choice, because where there's no pain, there's no gain. But every eagle that persevere and is patient enough to go through that renewal process After 40 days, they will take what is called the first flight. They will jump off from the cliff of the rock and they will allow themselves like they are falling. When they will now stretch forth their wings, they will pick up, head up to the sun. When they head up, because there is this thing that is within their head like this, like the fowl. When they fly up with that thing that have grown so much, they will fly to a certain threshold of the sun. The heat from the sun will melt that substance in their head. The liquid will flow into their eyes. Their eyes is the last thing that gets renewed. At that point of threshold of the sun, they can stay there and pick up clean anything that is on the surface of the earth. They can see it with that substance flowing into their eyes. They could see thousands of kilometers away. They can stay there, see dead lizard on a third road, and they will flow and game it. The ego can flow, pick that thing and leave. You will be here. You will not notice that something came, took something and left. Their flight is called the first flight. Their strength has been renewed like the youth. And at that point, the ego can live 30 extra years up to 70 years. So I'm throwing the thing back to you. After this boot camp, what is going to be your production point? What is going to be your unique selling point? Is it to go back to defeat or to persevere and undertake the pain process? Because if you are patient and undertake that pain process, you will end up in your gain process. Thank you so much. Celebrate.